Professional High Priestess, and I'm here to put out a quick channeled message regarding twin flames as well as Valentine's Day. For those of you who are interested, I did open up the Spiritual Warfare Academy. So if you're looking for classes on spiritual warfare, astrology, and how to read astrology charts, as well as how to learn to read tarot, that is available to you. I did want to just put this message out. Tomorrow, I will be putting out a reading later in the day for some of you guys, some self care messages and whatnot. So I hope you guys can look forward to that throughout your whole day. I do plan to practice some self care. I have a whole day planned for myself with hikes and all these other things that are good for me. But I just wanted to put this message out there for those of you because I think that this is important. And I feel like a lot of you guys may be able to relate. You guys have to remember it's just another Valentine's Day is just another day, you know, and it's not to discredit for those who want to, go ahead and celebrate. Yes, of course, there could be some esoteric or occult underlines and also some mystical and historical underlines to the holiday. And you're free to celebrate however you want to. For those of you who are in union or partnered up or whatnot, amazing. We wish you the best. I hope you have fun tomorrow and you guys, use that day to celebrate why you are together. For those who are, your relationship may not be all perfect and well right now, I hope you use this as a day to reflect and figure out what you do want in your relationship. For those of you who are currently single or in separation or just recently went through a breakup, I hope you use this day to reflect on the great things about yourself, regardless of getting, chocolates or, balloons or teddy bears or things like that, or whatever type of gifts. And, sometimes too, when these different holidays and whatnot come up, because they're so ingrained within us, right? We're like, oh, well, you're supposed to get cards or you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. Remember, there's a lot of consumerism behind it as well, too. And then you don't want to connect your self-worth or your meaning to your ability to get a letter or some chocolates or something like that from someone, right? So don't take it as a day of, oh, what was me and he's with they're with the karmic and da 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 da. No, take it as a day of like I feel good about myself. I'm fine with myself. It's just another day. And okay, well, it would have been nice to celebrate and things like that. I can celebrate with myself. Let me do something nice for myself. Let me take care of myself. Paint my nails, something like that. Go take a day off, read a book or whatnot. It's also a Sunday. Yeah. Make myself a nice dinner. Sit down with a nice drink or something like that that you make for yourself, right? Whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself, instead of wallowing in the muck or being completely adverse as well, having balance in the situation. It's tricky when you're on whatever journey, right? Things happen, they go up and down. And while we plan for one thing, sometimes another thing happens. While we know what's true in our hearts and what's happening in the 5D and what's also true in the other person's heart and soul, sometimes because of various circumstances, fear, low self-esteem or whatever, they're choosing a different path right now. That's nothing to do with you. It's your self-worth is not connected to that. It's not about you, right? So you also have to remember that as well. And I wanted to add that I don't talk too much about twin flames anymore on my channel because I feel like that whole situation is murky and I feel like it's too much about the romance and the love and the connection and the union when I feel like it really should be about what's the mission in your spiritual development and your path while being on this journey because there's the mirror outside of you. So it's supposed to teach you very powerful lessons for you to transcend and heal, right? So why are you focusing so much on union and things like that when the other person is not healing themselves? Then what's the point of the whole goal and the journey and the mission if no one's healing? Because you both can't be not reflecting, right? So for those of you who are not in, and that's why, like I said, I stopped doing readings, right? Because I don't want you guys to focus so much of that. I want to focus on the healing and the transcending and all the other different type of stuff. So something else that I did want to add is the detachment as well is important. And that's not, it's detachment and being nonchalant is two different things. Separating your energy from the situation, nothing's happening right now. You're not talking right now. You're not conversing right now. So there's nothing for you to think about in terms of, should I forgive this person right now? Or should I bring them back into my life? What happens when they come back? There's nothing for you to think about. Focus on what you're doing now. What do you have dishes that you need to do in your house? Do you have bills that you need to get together? Is there paperwork that you need to do? Or is there like a health routine or something that you want to start and focus on? What can you remove that person from your mind and focus on what the other things that are still going on in your life? Because tomorrow you wake up, it's not Valentine's Day. You still have something that you still need to go do, right? You still have to live your life. You still have to keep on working and all these different things. What about your other manifestations? Instead of trying to focus on manifesting union and this person into your life, what about manifesting, oh shit, my portfolio going up, or body goals, or maybe I want to change my hairstyle or something like that, or maybe I want to start this business, or maybe I want to, clean up my health more, or maybe I want to, reconnect with other people, or maybe I want to join some type of like community service group. Like what other thing can you manifest outside of self? Regardless of thinking about union, because it's not all about union at the end of the day. Because for those of you too who've dealt with your person, your quote unquote, some of you guys have dealt with your karmic. Some of you guys have dealt with soulmates. Some of you dealt with karmic soulmates. Some of you guys have dealt with your karmic twin. Some of you guys have dealt with your twin, right? Because it's you just don't have one certain person that you learn all lessons with. There's different people that come into our space. So even when you've detached or you remove yourself from those different people who've come throughout your life, you find that eventually what ends up happening, they come after you anyways. Or you find that it was just a lesson and you keep it pushing. You found out, oh, I didn't die. I left this person alone. You kept it pushing, that type of thing. And some of you guys may feel like, oh, they're with the karmic, and I know they're supposed to be here with me, and there's magic being done and things like that. You already know what's going on. You already okay, so you know that there's spell work and there's manipulation and there's children and things like that. Okay, you already know. It doesn't change the current circumstance, but you know why it's happening. So maybe at least I can give you a little bit of understanding, like, okay, well, I know at least there's an outside factor. You see what I'm saying? For those of you that's your situation. Sometimes it takes a little bit of getting your mind over the matter because it is a change in consciousness. You are pivoting your consciousness and you're rerouting your nervous system to focus more on your needs and your wants and your manifestations instead of this external individual outside of you that's doing whatever they want to do. You can't control their will. And that's the biggest lesson that you learn too as a real twin flame. And that's one of the reasons why I said I don't do the readings anymore because I don't want to, I'm not selling fantasies of this because things change, the energy's fluid, and there's so many different stories and things like that. Why not us focus talking about like history, expanding our gifts, healing from, the different transgressions, personal development, spiritual warfare, and things like that, right? Some battles for you guys too, some paths in life, sometimes in life seasons, you have to be by yourself. You do things by yourself. You have to do all that by yourself, and then you get to maybe you meet your person, right? After you've kind of gone through those different initiations and all those different things. Because in retrospect, you look back and like, dang, if I had been in a relationship or if I've been trying to go to union, it would have felt to shit. It would have been a mess, da 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 da, right? So then you look at that as well. So then your mind is not just focused on this one aspect of life. You can start to expand your consciousness as you start to think about other factors and other things that are going on and start to understand and remove yourself out of the center of the situation and that individual out of the center of the situation and put at the center and on either side and on top and bottom the most high and what they want you to do and why they even brought you across this person in the first place. That's what I want you to think about with St. Valentine's Day. Because even with St. Valentine's Day, sorry, even with Valentine's Day, Valentine was he was a saint that, he worked for the people, spreading love and things like that. It wasn't really about romance. How are you spreading love too? Why does it just have to be about you and your person? I say Valentine's Day to all kinds of people. It's a day just to show love and care and attention to other people. One day where everyone on the planet is in agreement that today's a day to show love. You see what I'm saying? What not a day to just love yourself? And I did want to add too, because I also know that, because of some of the public discourse that has been going on with YouTube and things like that about my twin flame journey and the different factors that have been involved with other, platform and content creators being involved in that and all that thing. My thing is to, sometimes people get too attached to the title of being a twin flame and then all the Israelites and this and this and this and this and this and that. Well, at the end of the day, what does it really mean to be a divine feminine? You're using your gifts for good. You're fighting the good fight. You're taking out principalities. You're healing. You're transcending. You're growing with or without your masculine, right? Okay, good. We have that down. Another thing as well, too, regardless of, the situations that I've been through with my karmics, my soulmates, my twin or twins, or the energy form that is deciding to inhabit different bodies that could potentially be a twin. Despite even all of that, I'm still on my path. I'm still on my mission. I'm still on my journey, masculine or no masculine. At the end of the day, they still know, I think they still know what it is. Who's the real empress at the end of the day? Karmic or no karmic. At the end of the day, I still know I'm the empress and I'm the divine feminine, karmic or no karmic. At the end of the day, even within my journeys and the different, karmics that I've dealt with, they don't phase me. They don't shake me. I don't do blood spells. I don't have to fight. I don't do any of that. I don't chase, and they know that. I let be what it be because I'm really on my journey. You see what I'm saying? And when you're really on your journey, the karmic is not even a factor. Matter of fact, I'm thankful for the karmic because that's actually what accelerated, my detachment process of not even engaging or not allowing, someone who's in their lower state to even impact me or affect me because I love myself too much. And that's how I know I'm a real divine feminine. Divine masculine or no divine masculine, I'm not gonna allow myself to be in proximity to any low vibrational energy, vampiric energy or mess or drama or spell work or nothing, over no connection, over nothing, over no energy that's encapsulated by a flesh suit at all. It doesn't matter what that flesh suit is, what's its color, what's its creed, what it's connected to, its energetic accumulation value, which is wealth, etc., whatever. It doesn't matter. Because as the divine feminine, I'm worried about, okay, am I on my mission? That comes later. And if that individual does not agree to be on the mission that I agreed with the Most High, then I already know, okay, boom, the Most High is going to bring something else. Or I already know, boom, okay, this is the end of that journey. I learned my lesson and I passed the test. Sometimes, like the Most High and things like that will bring these individuals around you just to test, okay, your willpower, your all that other stuff. How much do you really love yourself? How much are you really like a divine feminine and things like that? What are you willing to sacrifice, or what are you willing to not sacrifice in order to continue to be a divine feminine and receive the gifts of what it means to be a divine feminine? The mission is more important. For some of you guys, you go through harsh lessons with your karmics and things like that because they're preparing you for your mission. And for some of you guys, you want them to come and stuff like that, but they have a different path. They sign different contracts. Sometimes contracts change and they allow that, whether knowingly or unknowingly. It may be unfortunate, but that's what it is. And that's where the detachment, like I talk about, come in. Where you can look at it from a different perspective. Okay, thank you. Unconditional love. I'm going to just continue to keep it pushing. You stay over there, I go over here. Yeah, it was an attack from the dark side to stop their judgment. Yeah, sometimes we do talk about this. Like some of these karmic masculines, they come into your life too as well because they're connected to principalities that are looking for sacrifices. You know, so go ahead and watch that video. But I just wanted to make sure I got this message across because I don't want people to feel some type of way or things like that. And I also wanted to kind of because I am I know that you guys hear the subliminals and different things like that and all this other stuff that's being said and dropped and all the other stuff. And I want folks to understand that you don't know me. I'm pretty sure you don't know the individual that's currently ascribed with the energy signature, emphasis on the word currently, or I wouldn't even say that. Well, whatever. So you know what I mean. But anyways, I just wanted to say that I understand, what you guys are doing, what you're trying to do, and I think I get it. Like, you guys want entertainment and it may be cute or maybe fun because of who this person is. But I would also say too that, at the end of the day, if it's not affecting you, why are you involved, or why does it concern you? Because I'm not concerned, and it doesn't consume my mind, and it doesn't do me no never mind, and it doesn't impact. I'm not actively involved. That there is none action on my side. So it shouldn't matter to you, and it shouldn't be coming up in your readings, and it shouldn't be a part of your discussions, and it shouldn't be anything having to do with your life, period. Because at this point, it's just messiness and refusing to stay in your lane. And I know, like, the karmic is out there, trying to spin a different story and this and that to try to keep up their persona of being the twin flame specialist or whatever the fuck. And as we clearly see, that's, even regardless of the masculine, that's been discredited, and that's been, exposed, and that's been the reality of that has been set in stone from multiple sources. So I think, this Valentine's Day is a great opportunity for all of you all too to reflect on, your own personal relationship with self and with the quote unquote individual that you consider to be your masculine or your feminine or whatnot, and focusing there. And I feel like maybe, I feel like, I don't know, for some reason I do feel like a role model, because you guys clearly see how I play zero games, and I detach very easily, and I'm not, I don't get involved, and I don't fight, and I don't do romance fights, and I don't do love spell wars. And yeah, I feel like maybe, maybe you should look at that instead as like, whoa, that's actually like admirable that she's not thirsty. Like, I think that that's actually more, where the conversation should be. So that's what I really wanted to say. I hope you all, hopefully you guys, enjoy this message. Yeah, nonchalant, it's kind of scary, and it's not like, again, it's not a thing about arrogance. It's about a thing about, like, I know where my energy is. Like, even the other day, like, my mind, I just said to myself, I'm interested in, building a stronger connection with one of my specific spiritual guides, because they've asked me to do certain things that I'm, now putting into action. And that's when I really knew that I'm accomplishing my mission as a divine feminine, because I'm not worried about, all this and all that in any conversations, or who's doing this or who's doing that in the background, or who's saying this or who's saying that, or who's claiming who, or who's, I'm not worried about any of that, because at the end of the day, I know what it is, and everyone else still knows what it is, despite what is said, and despite the masks that are worn, and this and that, and all, it doesn't matter to me. And they know that, and I know that, and my spiritual guides know that too. And that's actually one of the biggest problems, that my energy is not involved, because I'm choosing actually to focus on my path as a divine feminine, and the spiritual work that I'm doing, and the heavy lifting that I'm doing to defeat principalities. I'm not worried about dick, or sucking and fucking to keep up with fashion, or to keep up with the Joneses, or to show somebody, to show the world, like, I'm attached to this or attached to that. I could give a fuck less, because I can do battle by myself. And at the end of the day, I already know that the Most High is going to send someone that absolutely, like, adores me and loves me and cares about me and doesn't play any fucking games. And that's how, and it's not going to be any question or confusion at all. And I'm willing to wait for that, and not get engaged in any bullshit, or any confusion, or unrequited situations, or octagon configurations, different karmics and individuals and shit like that. Absolutely not. I refuse. And a lot of you guys are refusing too. And you're reclaiming your energy, and that's okay. Because you're going to meet somebody who's going to put you on an absolute pedestal and want you to be the best woman in the world. And not even second guess you or have you in any proximity to low vibing karmics. Or have you questioning anything or playing any type of games. None of that bullshit. Or playing cat and mouse or stalking, watching, lurking, and perping while telling the world a different story. None of that is going to go on. Period. Or any separations or allowing spell work to cause problems. None of that shit. Period. It's not going to happen. Twin or no twin. You don't always have to be with your twin. You can always just choose a soulmate or somebody else that vibes with you too. And I feel like I needed to transmit this message too because I feel like, it's just, you have your way that you live your life, and that's cool. And I have the way that I deal with mine. And it works for me. So, anyways, you all, I hope that you enjoy this message. Happy Valentine's Day once again. I will be on tomorrow. And I will be doing some self-care messages and things like that for you all. Please, for those of you who have been emailing me, do note that I am currently going to be catching up on readings and emails and things like that. Again, I'm still putting out content because people still need it, and I know that there's a lot going on in this season, and people still do need the messages that I put out, just to make it day to day to day. So I still have a job that I am doing, and I'm still transmitting the spiritual messages, even though I'm out and about on vacation, taking care of myself and whatnot. Right. So that's what I have for you all for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed this message. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.